just stop feeling me. You were right beside me, but something wasn't there. Your touch felt like a memory fading in the air. I kept talking like we're okay, like nothing's going wrong, but silence hit me harder than anything you've done. It didn't break my heart, you just let it go cold. You didn't leave me, you just stopped feeling me. Turned into someone I don't recognize anymore, and I kept holding on while you slipped away, loving someone who already walked away. You stopped saying I love you like it used to mean something. Even when you whispered it, it didn't feel like nothing. I tried to fix the distance, but it kept growing wide. Didn't know I lost you while you were still mine. You were already gone before you said a word. You didn't leave me, you just stopped feeling me. Turned into someone I don't recognize anymore, and I kept holding on while you slipped away, loving someone who already walked away. Now I'm talking to the silence like it's still you, trying to find the moment where love turned untrue. Was I the last one holding on to something already gone? You didn't say goodbye, you just stopped loving me. Ooh, didn't leave, you just stopped feeling me. loving harder. I remember how you looked at me, like I was all you needed then. Now your eyes just pass right through me, like I'm somebody you've never met. We still share the same four walls, but something wasn't there. And I kept trying to save a fire you no longer cared to keep. I thought distance was temporary, but your heart was already gone. You were letting go while I was loving harder. I kept carrying away while you made it lighter. And every midnight memory for goodbye. You were letting go while I was loving harder. I was still fighting for us. You were learning to live without me. The silence got a little louder every time you looked away. You still said all the right words, but they didn't sound the same. I kept believing in forever, like it was still alive. You were already packing memories. I was still trying to survive. I thought we were lost together. I didn't know I was alone. I was still fighting for us. You were learning to live without me. I was building up tomorrow. You were setting yourself free. And every midnight shadow still falls across this room. I was still fighting for us while you stopped fighting too. There's a whiskey glass beside me and rain against the door. Funny how the things we love don't feel like ours anymore. The jukebox plays our old song, but it don't sound the same. It's just another reminder of what we couldn't save. You were finding your freedom. I was losing mine. I was still fighting for us. You were learning to live without me. Still holding on to promises you no longer believe. until one person is gone and the other hasn't realized it yet. After you were through, I was still fighting for us. You were learning to live without me. You were moving on, while I was still holding on. The way you said my name started sounding unfamiliar, like every conversation put another mile between us. I kept looking for the woman who used to light up every room, but all I found was shadows standing where you used to bloom. I thought we lost our way. I didn't know you stopped searching. You were moving on, while I was still holding on, still building up forever, while you were already gone. And every midnight memory still lingers like a song. You were moving on, while I was still holding on. Way was still trying. You were moving on while I was still holding on. Midnight, one more whiskey, one more memory. The rain kept riding across my windshield, like heaven knew what I still couldn't feel. This old guitar beside me has heard it all before. Every broken promise, every closing door. The radio found silence better than a song. Funny how forever can disappear so slow. You didn't leave in one goodbye. You faded one quiet night at a time. The man in the mirror wasn't me anymore. I kept chasing your shadow across every open door. I loved who you were long after you had gone. Now I sing the memories instead of holding on. Whoa, warm to blend, crying bands, singing sustain. The bartender looked at me like he already knew. Some men come here for whiskey, some come searching for the truth. Outside the motel neon still played the rain blue. Every lonely highway somehow led to you. I tried to outrun yesterday, but yesterday drove too. Every mile kept whispering everything we knew. Maybe love never really dies. Maybe it simply learns how to become a memory. The memory. In the silence, I finally changed. If I ever loved you the way I should have, why did I wait until your footsteps became echoes in an empty begins with intimate soulful bells. Begins with empty room. Begins with intimate soulful. The rain kept riding across my windshield, like heaven knew what I still couldn't feel. This old guitar beside me has heard it all before. Every broken promise, every closing door. The radio found silence better than a song. Funny how forever can disappear so slow. You didn't leave in one goodbye, you faded one quiet night. Chasing your shadow across every open door. I loved who you were long after you had gone. Now I sing to memories instead of holding on. Midnight, one more whiskey, one more memory. The rain kept riding across my windshield, like heaven knew what I still couldn't feel. This old guitar beside me has heard it all before. Every broken promise, every closing door. The radio found silence